Welcome and welcome back. My name is Kimiko Sumi, and I did record a video earlier today, but I wanted to record a video. I usually don't make two videos in one day or more than one video in one day, but I just had to talk about this for a little while, y'all. Like, I'm tired of control freaks. I'm sick of people trying to control me and tell me what to do. Y'all, I'm almost 40 years old, and it seems like that people of all walks of life, it doesn't matter who they are to me, they feel like that they should have access to me. They feel like they should dictate and control what I do or what I say. And these are people that are usually in everyday life. These are people in everyday life who are just annoying as fuck. They harass me. They will not. I can feel their negativity. It's very negative, and they like to gaslight me. And when I stand up for myself, they actually get mad and angry as if I should just take it and I shouldn't stand up for myself. And they're very controlling. They're very controlling. I've been meeting a lot of narcissists, sociopathic people for the past like almost 10 years. I mean, it's been really, really strong. The aggression, the gaslighting, the gang stalking. I mean, it's been a whole lot. These people are just like they're like so like intense and aggressive, with trying to control me and tell me what to do at almost 40 years old. Especially in the past, there are some people that I got rid of out of my life a long time ago who are mad because they cannot tell me what to do anymore. Did y'all know that? Yes, they stalk me, they harass me, they I really do think that they playing my energy and stuff like that. I really do believe that they're evil spirits, but I can't prove it, at least not right now. But I know that might sound crazy, and I actually am crazy technically, but yeah, I just have to keep it real. But it's just there's just so many people out here who feel like that they need to be able to control another person, and that they have the right to tell a person what to do at all times, and every little fucking thing is a problem with them, and their life could be all fucked up. I will never forget how I used to stay in these transitional houses, um, like 6+ years ago, and I'm telling you, these women, they would be drug addicts. I don't do drugs, by the way. I've never done drugs, but the only reason why I was living there is because I have a mental illness, and I couldn't really afford to live anywhere else, so I had to stay at a transitional house with or a sober living house with those dusty ass drug addicts. But anyway, so they would harass me. Every little thing was a problem. I mean, they would gang up on me. They would bully me. They would harass me. They would tell on me. They would lie on me. They would even record me. And these are people that were not falling in line with the requirements that they had for me. Like, they wouldn't clean up after themselves. They would leave dishes for me. And then if I didn't clean those dishes that they left for me, they would call me names. They would lie on me. I remember I used to work in, when was this? I was working in Koreatown. No, not Koreatown. I was working in downtown Los Angeles. And it took me almost four hours to get from Covina, California, all the way to downtown Los Angeles to work. And it was a 4 hour commute on the bus, and a four to work, and a 4 hour commute back home. And I remember one time I was so tired. I had got home. I think I had work ended at 5 o'clock, and I didn't get back home until like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So when I came to that in the kitchen, I came back to that house. It was this dope head, this ex dope head that was waiting for me. Oh, and talking about some. Oh, you didn't wash these dishes. You're lazy. You're not even you don't even clean up after yourself, and all this other bullshit. And I confronted her. I'm like, no, you. First of all, I have to work. I clean up when I first get up, and then I have to go all the way to work, and it was only one time that I missed doing the dishes, but then again, those were dishes that they made, and they were supposed to clean those dishes themselves. But she was calling me lazy, and this is a person who would not, she would not do she would not do she would not do match the requirements that they had to live in that house. She was lazy. She would stay there all day doing nothing, playing Beyonce and Rihanna. And she was this old woman. She was very old, and I think she thought she was a teenager still or in her 20s, and she needed a reality check. So I gave it to her, and me and her, we had it out for a while, and then it was other roommates, and I've been in different houses like that. It's just a kind of an example. But I mean, they do that. They'll be on my ass about everything, and they will actually be mad if I stand up to them. And people will come and corroborate their what is it called? Their argument against me. They'll come and defend them against me. Now, I know I have a strong personality, but I try to tone it down, and I try to be, humble and show humility and gratefulness and gratitude. And I try to be, down to earth. I try to understand other people's plight and their situations. And I think about, maybe it was my fault. Maybe if I would have done this, different, maybe it would be better. But I'm thinking now, looking back, no, it wouldn't. Nothing would have satisfied those people. Nothing would have satisfied them. And these are people who wouldn't clean up themselves. And it wasn't even that I didn't clean up. It was that maybe once or twice that I didn't do a chore, and they was immediately on it, like, oh, you ain't cleaning up. You supposed to clean up. You supposed to do your chores and stuff. And these are people that would not go to the required meetings. They were not. These are people who were doing drugs. I'm gonna be flat out honest with you. They were doing drugs at them houses. It was one lady where she confronted me about not washing dishes. First of all, I didn't even know that she had assigned me to wash dishes. And she was like the house manager. And she she told somebody to go wake me up around 10 o'clock at night to wash dishes after she cooked this big nasty meal for the people there. And I wasn't eating that shit. And she cooked this big nasty ass meal, and she left all these pots in pots and pans inside the sink, and was getting on me about it. And the motherfucker was drunk too. And so I was going back and forth with her. We was going back and forth. I remember this was in South Central LA. This was in South Central Los Angeles. And we was going back and forth, and this woman was calling me all types of names and all types of stuff. And the only reason why I backed down is because I felt like maybe she was going to get her son or something like that to fuck me up or something. But that's the only reason, because I wasn't afraid of her per se, no. But I still was holding my ground. I still was standing my ground with her. And then eventually I did tell the owners about her harassing me. And you know what? I decided, I had already decided even before that I was going to move out anyway, even before that altercation. And she even said that herself to me. She was like, yeah, I overheard you talking on the phone, talking about you was going to move out. You was going to move out anyway. And, she was right, because I found something better and I didn't have to pay any money. It was like living at home. It was a shelter, but it was like living at home. And I had my own locker and all types of stuff. I was sleeping on a mat, but it was still a lot better situation than living there and paying rent, staying in a room with three other people in bunk beds. And when I came back to that house after I got my stuff straightened out at that shelter, because I had a case manager, and she was the one who guided me to that shelter in Pasadena, California. And so I came back to that house in South Central, and I told them, look, I'm moving out, and and they were trying to bargain with me about the rent, but I was like, no, I got something better, and it's free, okay? So, and it's in a better neighborhood. No shades of South Central, because I love South Central LA, but it was just, it was just a better situation at the shelter in Pasadena. And it was free. So, I just took my stuff, what little I had, and went on my way. And they were mad. Oh, yeah, this is another thing, too. that woman that was all in my face at that house in South Central, that chick, she got arrested. She went to prison. Like she was this is somebody that was getting in my ass about any and every little fucking thing. And come to find out that she wasn't even going to her drug classes or something like that. Like she wasn't go she her probation officer, I guess, tested her for drugs, and and it came back, positive for whatever the fuck she was doing. And then she was also a drunk too. And then I do remember one time that I think her probation officer or her drug counselor or something like that came to the house, and she was in the she locked herself in her bedroom, and she wouldn't come out. And that man walked all the way back to that bedroom, knocked at the door, called her by her whole name, and she still wouldn't come out. So she was ignoring her priorities, but she was telling me that I need to stay on point and what the fuck I was doing wrong. Okay. But this is just people's nature when it seems like when it comes down to me. It seems like that they feel like that they own me, or they can control me, or they deserve some type of access to me. And I mean, a lot of people like to harass me and provoke me all the time. This has been happening for years. This has been happening for years, for a long time, even before I was a teenager. This has been happening where control freaks, people just, I mean, just mean. They feel like they get mad if I've always been the type of person, I'm gonna take up for myself, and I don't care who you are. So, when people say rude things to me, they get mad because I can handle myself. They want to be able to pick at me and tell me what I need to work on and stuff, but they don't like it. They don't like their reflection pointed back at them. They don't like it when they have to look in the mirror and make a change. I try not to lecture people about what they need to work on. Like, I'm really anti-control. I'm anti-control. I don't like to control people. I don't want to tell nobody what to do. That's not really my personality. I like to let people be, but I absolutely cannot stand when people try to control me. So, that was just my story, and I just wanted to get that off my chest. And it was on my mind about so many different people who feel like they own me or something like that, like whatever. But anyway, y'all, so if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, share it, hit the notification bell, not in that order, and I'll see you in another video, my lotus flowers, and my upcoming lotus flowers too. And I hope y'all all have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you in another video. Peace. Bye bye, y'all.